The world has watched, bombs falling, protests erupting, and innocent lives lost. But few understand why Israel and Palestine are fighting, or how this conflict began. This isn't just a political battle, it's about history, religion, identity, and survival. To understand the roots of this conflict, we must go back, not years, but thousands of years. The land between the Mediterranean Sea and the Jordan River is called Canaan in ancient texts. Around 1200 BCE, tribes of Hebrews settled in this region. Around 1000 BCE, King David established Jerusalem as the capital of the Kingdom of Israel. His son Solomon built the first temple, making Jerusalem a sacred city for Jews. But this land was never peaceful for long. Over centuries, the region was conquered by Babylonians, Persians, Greeks, and Romans. In 70 CE, the Romans destroyed the Second Temple. Many Jews were exiled, a tragedy known as the Jewish Diaspora. Still, the dream of returning to their homeland never faded from Jewish prayers and identity. In 638 CE, Muslim armies took Jerusalem. It became the third holiest city in Islam after Mecca and Medina. In the 11th century, European crusaders invaded to reclaim Jerusalem for Christianity. The Crusades brought centuries of violence, bloodshed, and religious warfare. Despite all this, Jews, Christians, and Muslims lived here sometimes in peace, sometimes in tension for centuries. From 1517 to 1917, the region was under the Ottoman Empire. In 1917, during World War I, the British took control. They issued the Balfour Declaration supporting a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. At the same time, they promised independence to Arabs in the region. These double promises created confusion, anger, and mistrust. Jewish immigration increased under the movement called Zionism, a call for Jews to return to their ancestral land. But the Arab population felt threatened, fearing displacement in their own homeland. Tensions exploded into riots, revolts, and malines, and accents, and exteeds, and n, and r, and n, and m. Tensions exploded into riots. That they're fearing this completely fears were your five. Tensions, common lions. And equal ration, then Jews follow out have been reigned in fadding, and you think one will evanted to rage into the first, trappling Palestine and fying saving populations. The some regions, in my sins, Jews and tileds, they're fearing this completely fears, tensions, also equilation, and m, and m, and m, and m, and m, and m. They were bound to traveled rend and products that they're fearing this completely fears, they're fearing this completely fears, they're fearing this completely fears, and m, and m, and m, and m. And dispression was long straight, which is no all of the cross-taps. Committed options and Ottomans to the Jewish liberation Arabs fared into the poster very acrement, or Jewishans David him, a repeatingly tights of seas that the fall of the Jewish reckly, repeatingly inco, and m, and m, and m, and m, and m. Suicide bombings, rise of Hamas in Gaza, a group both political and militant. Israel responded with blockades, airstrikes, and raids. Civilians on both sides suffered. Peace talks failed again and again. The West Bank is fragmented by Israeli settlements and checkpoints. Gaza is under siege, ruled by Hamas, blockaded by Israel and Egypt, and devastated by war. Palestinians want a state. Israelis want security. But both live in fear and pain. International efforts for peace, like the Oslo Accords, have collapsed. Each side blames the other, each side sees themselves as victims, and children in both Gaza and Tel Aviv grow up hearing sirens instead of songs. This conflict isn't just about religion or land, about identity, history, and trauma carried across generations. The world often takes sides,